Well, happy Friday. Last night we had gusts up to 46 miles per hour according to the Laredo International Airport. And also those breezy conditions continued for us throughout the early morning hours with gusts up to 28 miles per hour. And we were also under that red flag warning that got extended up till 11 a.m. But we're still looking at that fire weather watch. So that means that we still need to be extremely careful. Even though those windy conditions will continue for us, we're still looking at those dry conditions. So elevated fire weather conditions are possible for us. So we did reach a high of 84 for us here in Laredo. 65 was for Dallas, 74 for Houston. While in California, it was cold for them. Their highs were only ranging in the 50s, 42 for Seattle. In the central states, from the 30s all the way into the 60s for Oklahoma City. And in the southeast, it was warm, 61 for Memphis, 78 for New Orleans, 73 for Atlanta. In Florida, in the upper 80s, 89 for Orlando, 86 for Miami. While in the northeast, it was the cold side for them, 45 for Boston and 44 for D.C. So for today, if you have plans for tonight, you know what? It is going to be a cold night. We're going to be dropping into the 50s as well. So there was reports that yesterday there was tornadoes impacting mainly areas in the north and eastern parts of Texas. Even hail was able to reach areas in San Antonio. For us, we did reach the high of 100 yesterday in the afternoon hours. For today, it wasn't that bad. It was warm, mostly sunny, a high of 84. And now those severe thunderstorms have moved into the Great Lakes, affecting areas like Kentucky, Tennessee. Even those showers and thunderstorms, tornado watches are going on for them as well, with that mixture of precipitation. And as I mentioned, if you had plans for this night, it is still going to be warm. Around 6 p.m. we're going to be in the 80s. Our winds would be blowing from the north up to 3 miles per hour. And then later on around 12 a.m. it's when we're going to be dropping into those 60s. So for tonight, we're expected to drop into the 50s. Our winds blowing from the southeast up to 11 miles per hour. If you had plans for this weekend, it is going to be mostly sunny and warm. We're going to be in the 80s. But then by next week, those 90s will be returning. But don't worry, because by the end of next week, there will be another cold front moving in, bringing some slight chances of rain for Thursday and even dropping our highs into the 70s. Look for Thursday, a high of 73 with a low of 56. Have a great weekend.
Well, good afternoon. It is 12:18. We are in the upper 60s. Those cloudy skies continue for us, and that slight chance of rain being at a 30%. Our winds are blowing from the east up to 10 miles per hour. Dry conditions, and especially for tomorrow, there's that slight chance of rain being at a 30%. Temperatures across the U.S. in the central states from the 20s to 40s, 55 for Dallas, 61 for Houston. In California, they're the cold temperatures, 58 for L.A., 61 for San Francisco, 40 for Seattle. On the southeast, from the 40s to 70s in Florida, 70 for Orlando, 81 for Miami. And in the northeast, their temperatures are ranging from the 30s to 40s, 43 for D.C., 36 for Boston. How is our viewing area looking? So some in the 60s, well, everybody in the upper 60s as well. 65 for Heavenville, even for Heavenville and Freer, 65, 67 for Zapata, 69 for Falcon Dam, and 61 for Carrizo Spring. It's looking like a pleasant day with those cloudy skies, but something that I do want to talk about, because I know many people travel to South Padre Island, Corpus Christi, or even to Galveston. So there is a rip current advisory going on. It's already in effect, and it will continue all the way until tomorrow morning. So just be aware if you're going to be out there in Corpus Christi, South Padre Island, and even in Galveston. What is a rip current? So it acts like a river and takes anything that is inshore back into the ocean. So you can't swim against that current, because it will definitely take you with it as well. So moving on to what is going to be going on for us later on in the afternoon. So those temperatures will be still in the 60s, but what is going on across the U.S.? So in California, those flood warnings are going on from that mixture of precipitation, lots of heavy rainfall, and then we do see that mixture of precipitation in the Texas Panhandle moving into Oklahoma, and then in the northeast, that mixture of precipitation with lots of heavy rainfall going on mainly in the northeast all the way into the Great Lakes. For us, those slight chances of rain continue throughout the night. Around 1 a.m. we're going to be in the low 60s, but no chances of rain anymore. Our winds blowing from the east up to 11 miles per hour. For tomorrow, it's going to start to warm up. We're going to be in the upper 70s. That slight chance of rain being at a 30%. We're going to start off with cloudy skies and then some sun as well, but it's not going to be enough sun. There's still going to be some clouds as well. And then by Thursday, hitting those 90s, 93 with that 40% chance of rain, a low of 58. And then by Friday,
another cold front would be moving in, and that's going to be dropping our highs into the 50s, even our lows in the 40s. But by Monday, that 30% chance of rain with a high of 60. Back to you, Ruben. '70s, and that is due to those cloudy skies that don't allow for the heat of the day to escape into space. That's why we're in the 70s this morning. And also our winds are blowing from the south-southeast to 13 miles per hour. They're bringing in that moisture. So this morning our dew points are in the upper 60s. So if you had plans to do your hair, to straighten your hair, well, I do recommend if you have do a ponytail. I would say a ponytail, but if you want to let it loose as well. So it is going to be a humid day. Rain chances during the day have disappeared. There's no longer rain chances. But then for tonight, it's when we have to pay attention because there's severe thunderstorms will be possible for us here across Texas. So for us here in Laredo, we're going to get a little bit more rain, not that light rain. So it's going to be moderate rain for us, and also lightning and thunder starting tonight. And why is that? That is due to a cold front. There are some areas that are already looking at those showers and thunderstorms, like Dallas all the way into San Antonio. But then they're going to get that second round because once that cold front passes around all South Texas, those thunderstorms will become affecting areas like us here in Laredo all the way down into McAllen. And hail could be possible, not for us, but it's going to be mainly for Cotula all the way into Victoria, all the way into the northern parts of Texas. For us, cloudy skies, and then that sun will be coming out. That's why for today, we're expected to reach a high in the 90s. Ruben, back to you.